Hey everybody, Satyrion Leafspar here, doing a Never Have I Ever tag by Nerdydollgirl. I'm going to have to touch base on question 5 and 6 from the first one because somehow I skipped over them when I did it. It was super late when I did that video, however, it's not really surprising. So question 5 from that one was, have I ever done a doll repaint? On a doll itself? No. I've done lots of them on vehicles, props, and such. I'll throw some pictures up here, kind of over there. And 6, never have I ever bought a doll just because it was on sale. BJDs, just because it was on sale, no. Has it made me make the decision to go ahead and make the purchase because it was on sale or an event? Yes, but I actually wanted the doll. It wasn't just because it was on sale. Barbies or other such dolls, collectibles and the like, yeah, I maybe would not have purchased it if it wasn't on sale. So that was from part 1. No idea why I skipped over it. Moving on now to part 2. Massive shout out to Nerdydollgirl for creating both of these tags. I'll get her channel linked down below, as well as BC's Art, who recently did this tag and reminded me that I hadn't done it yet and motivated me to do this today. So, I did not number these. I don't know if they were numbered on her channel either, so I'm just gonna run down the questions, hopefully not missing any this time. Regretted a doll purchase. If we're talking whole doll, no. Partial doll parts, kinda. When I got my Doll Granado Michael head in, I was not pleased. A couple of my friends know the situation behind that. He had the wrong face up on it because I did get a factory face up on it. He had option A and I wanted option B, or vice versa. That's part of the reason. The other part of the reason is I don't know if maybe the factory photos was doing him more justice than real life, and I'm just not super pleased with how he is. I'm still going to move forward in getting him a body and getting him maybe to a partial completed state to see if that changes how I feel about him before I move forward, especially since they've released the Vigor body. Maybe they will come out with a size that's compatible with that head, because I really like that body. Never have I ever reinvented a doll. If that means reshell, yes. I reshelled David from a Sum Phalonis into an Impel Chad. If we're talking about stripping a character out of a BJD and putting a new character into a doll, not yet. Probably soon will be into my Phalonis. If we're talking about anything else along that nature, not that I'm familiar with, not that I've done so far, but there's definitely still time. Regretted selling a doll, clothing, wig, or etc. I've never sold any doll items yet, other than props that I have made, which I'm going to be getting back into here soon. I have only sent items as gifts or trades, and I have not regretted any of those. I love sending gifts. Never have I ever slept with any of my dolls. No. I have very large dogs. And these guys are like, if you don't have BJDs, they're hard resin. Wouldn't want them to get chipped, broke, fall out of the bed. It's just, it seems unsafe to me. And pokey. Never have I ever hid a doll I just bought. No. I'm an adult and I don't really see the purpose in that. Never have I ever entered into a doll competition with photos, clothing, or etc. I wanted to enter into the Granado photo contest with my Vendall, but that was around the same time that I had the flu or whatever it was. So I was super sick and missed that boat. Other than that, no. Never have I ever bought a doll I said I would never buy. I've never said I would never buy a specific doll. So that has left me open to never really have the opportunity to do that. There's very few dolls I've ever seen that I've looked at and immediately go, I would never have that. So, no. Never have I ever taken my dolls out in public. I've taken my dolls down to my mother's, which is right across the street. I've taken my Build-A-Bears into Michael's when looking for doll stands. And that's about it. Never have I ever given my doll a mod. I've done sanding, especially on the elastic chambers of the Felonis. That's about it. And on Barbies, I've never done any serious work on them. I did pull a head off of a Ever After High and put it on a different body, but as far as like anything with epoxy sculpt or anything like that, no. Never have I ever spent more money on my doll's wardrobe than my own. Yes. I wear uniforms about 6 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. So I'd rather buy doll clothes than personal clothing. Never have I ever wished I could trade clothing with my dolls. All of the time. I would so wear that. All of that. In its entirety. Vest, shirt, and all. Never have I ever lived vicariously through my dolls. Yes. Who wouldn't want to be a werewolf? Outside, under the moonlight, eating deers. Big carnivore. Even in everyday life. Had a crush on a doll, either your own or one that you wished you owned. So, to dissect the question, are we talking about crush in the sense of if they were alive you would date them, or one that you wished you really did have grail status? If we're talking grail status, the only dolls that I have left that I would still really, really like to own is the doll She-Con. And that, I always forget the name of it, but it's by B-Mong. Just because the joint work is astonishing that he has put into it. So if we're talking about that, if we're not talking about that, and we're talking about if they were alive, then it would probably be Safar's Chanel. I think that's how it's said. I'm not really sure I'm phonetically saying it. And I'll put a link to Safar's Instagram down below so you can find Chanel and see what it looks like. Had to lie about how much a doll cost or is worth. No, I'm not really sure why. Overpaid for a doll. For a BJD, no. After getting into the hobby, I very quickly figured out what an event was. try to manipulate those events into my favor, and I'm more apt to try to get something for free, like I did with my most recent purchase when I bought the Aries sculpt. I bought the Aries sculpt and I got the Ives body, which got me an MSD for free. So I'm all about manipulating a sale or an event to get something for free as compared to overpaying for something. Never use the secondhand market. Don't know if I ever will, not saying that I won't. When it comes to things that are not BJDs, like vinyls and 18 inches, stuff like that, I would say I have. Because once those items, toys and collectibles, leave retail shelves, the prices inflate dramatically and quickly because they become hard to find. I can't think of anything specifically, like right off the top of my head, that I've overpaid for, but I'm sure I have. Got into a fight on social media about a doll or a doll company. If we're talking about a yelling and screaming match, arguing back and forth, I'm going to say directly no, because I'm not going to. I'm going to try to have a reasonable adult conversation. If it cannot be handled in a reasonable adult conversation, I'm going to set forth my opinion, walk away from it. If they're going to continue to follow me, and I don't mean like follow me on Instagram, I'm going to block them because I'm not going to tolerate it. I deal with enough escalation at work. Never have I ever put my dolls in a less than safe pose or in something unsafe like water for an amazing photo. Unsafe liquids, no. I don't put my dolls in water or mud or Jello. I don't know. Unsafe poses or ledges or balancing acts all the time. My cell phone's in a case. I'll drop a phone in a heartbeat to grab a doll. I'm gonna glance over this list real quick to make sure I didn't miss a question. You know, the out in public question has made me realize I've never really taken outdoor photos because I do so many photo edits that there's never been any real outside photos. I need to do that this year when it hits real summertime, because it's snowing right now. Nope, I think that's it. So, really enjoy the tag. I'll put everybody's links down below in the description box, and I'll throw some photos up there of the repaint back when I was talking about it. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Remember, love yourself, love each other, love your dolls, everybody else's too if you can. Have a great day. Bye.